Back towards James Beadle. Beadle's getting a few touches here. Iorfa's just moving a bit further away, making a bit more space. Gives it for Bannon. It'll go back for Dominic Iorfa. And Wednesday work it nicely. Down the line it goes there from Gassama. Stepping back inside, finding Bannon. And there's Ingleson, who's in space, crosses it. Is this the moment to open it? Yes! For Jamal Lowe on his debut, sliding in front of the goalkeeper. Slightly weird angle, he was sort of kicking the ball out. There was two lining up in front of Hazard. But Lowe took charge, the ball went in low and true, and Jamal Lowe found the finish, and Wednesday finally get the breakthrough they thoroughly deserved in this opening day fixture. It's Wednesday 1, Plymouth Argyle 0, and a great team goal that started with their own goalkeeper James Beadle a few moments ago.
Yeah, I mean that's playing out from the back at its best. You know, I don't know how many Wednesday players were actually involved in that, but that was exquisite. Superb play, well deserved. They've deserved it from about the second minute of the game, and eventually we've got the goal.
Lowe's up and running. I mean, it's a great ball as well from Ingleson with the outside of his boot. We've seen him get into these different positions on the field.
He is. Yeah,
he looks really, a real find, doesn't he? Where they picked him up from. That's a case of doing your homework and knowing different markets. He's come from the German second division. James Beadle hasn't had an awful lot to do so far. Let's hope it stays that way. He's got it again though. Needs to kick this one forward, and he's gone long looking for Lowe. Intercepted by Gibson. Wednesday with Jamal Lowe just pushes it down for Windass. And now Masaba, a chance to get on his bike, and he tries to move it away in towards Ingleson. Tried to clip that in the middle, he's not giving up. And Wednesday might have a chance at the end of this. Just for a second I thought it was going to run for Lowe, but Wednesday have regained it. But Windass couldn't move it away, and possession is lost. Now Plymouth will try and spring forward. Wednesday regain it though. Gassama just in quicker than Giabi. Out towards the flank. Wednesday with a chance to cross here with Gassama. Gassama puts it over for Jamal Lowe. Tries to head it across. Yes! In off goal. And unfortunately, I think Lowe, I don't know if he misdirects his own header. It's Sheffield Wednesday 2, Plymouth 0.
Well, it's come out of the blue. He's stood up at the far post, and Lowe gets a good header. He heads it back. To be fair, I'm not sure if it was Galloway who it hit.
It was Galloway. Either way, one of the defenders
as we see the replay on the scoreboard.
Goes in towards Lowe. I think totally misplaced it. I don't think he's meaning to head it back.
I mean, that's really unfortunate. You have to, you have to feel sorry for the centre half. I think it was Galloway.
It is Galloway. Yeah, Brendan Galloway has headed it into his own net.
He didn't know anything about it. Slice of fortune, but it's exactly what we needed.
Lowe got up, and Galloway, it's just can't believe. Marvin Johnson.
I meant
Marvin Johnson. Plays it into the area. Here's Windass. Can he get the shot away? Deflects, comes back towards Kabaki. Has a strike blocked. Has another go. Doesn't quite get it out of his feet. And it looked like maybe a debut goal for him again there. And not for the first time. Wednesday not quite ruthless enough in front of goal.
No, that's definitely something we've got to change, because that's a great header there. Great header. I mean, we're through on goal.
Iorfa flicks it away towards Ingleson. Do you think he's changed his role a bit in this second half, or is it fatigue?
Ingleson
hasn't got us, forward as much as he did in that first half.
Ingleson.
Yeah. He's in it now.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I think maybe they've changed, to keep him out of the game, because he was probably dominating the midfield, and so he's been more tightly marked or man-to-man or whatever.
Nicely done from Bannon, threading it through for Jamal Lowe. Jamal Lowe going after it. It's going to be a throw for Wednesday.
Yeah, Jamal Lowe, not Max Lowe, I meant. Slightly different positions. I think Danny Rohl will be well happy with his performance. The only thing that he will say is that, yeah, like we said, is, you know, we need to be more ruthless.
He's got into the area. Masaba cuts it back. It is 3. Hey! Josh Windass gets his first on the opening day of the season.
Oh, Windass is ruthless.
He took that really well, Josh Windass, in his stride. Nicely cut back from the byline. And there's no doubt about the result now. Sheffield Wednesday, 3 goals to the good. Josh Windass doing what he did at the end of last season, scoring goals. He starts this one in the same vein. And Wednesday can be very pleased with their opening day efforts.
Yeah, another chance, another opportunity. This time it's taken. No messing about from Josh Windass.
Masaba down by the touchline, just cuts it back in the area. And he took it in his stride, did Windass.
Terrific goal. Terrific goal.
We're
saying we need to be more ruthless in front of goal, and we're winning 3-0.
I know. Maybe we're just greedy. Well, the changes are going to happen now. Windass is going to come off. And, Michael Smith will at various clubs, including obviously Bournemouth, Wigan, and Swansea last season. He was on loan at. It's crossed in, and he just helped that one on. And again, Smith's there to try and cross it back into the centre. It's gone for Valentin. Will Paul Valentin score? He goes for goal. It was blocked as Wednesday tried to regain it. Liam Palmer works it back out wide again. And Smith's going to take aim and hit it from distance. Saved by the goalkeeper. Nearly went under his gloves.
Yeah, he didn't look happy, did he, the goalkeeper? He was palming it away again.
It's going to be a throw-in. Kibaki let it go.
A minute and a half to go.
Valentin for Kibaki. Kibaki's got 2 with him. I think it came off the Wednesday man last. It will be a throw-in for Plymouth Argyle. Mumba to take the throw-in then. He's asking somebody to come closer. I think it's Hardy, who hasn't really got into the game, Ryan Hardy, since coming off the bench. And Wednesday again able to get it back. That was a challenge on Kibaki that is out for a throw-in. Galloway lunging in there, stopping the Polish player from advancing any further forward. The throw then to be taken here by the Wednesday substitute, Paul Valentin. Valentin is low there, offering himself. He's gone into the area for Michael Smith, helps it on, trying to find Bannon, doesn't quite reach him. Palmer wins his header, heads it away towards the left-hand side. Here's Masaba. Masaba was blocked. Wednesday throw-in, taken quickly.
Last 20-odd seconds.
Bannon moves it in towards Masaba. And Wednesday just going to keep the ball, or will they get a fourth? It's flicked away. Johnson puts the cross in there. Smith's attacking it. Will Smith put this away? Of course he will. Sheffield Wednesday 4, Plymouth 0. We weren't done with the scoring. Smith's off the bench and he's up and running. Had a couple of stabs at it really, controlled it in the end, picked his spot and rifled it in past Hazard. And Wednesday have done a right job on Plymouth Argyle and sent a message out to the rest of the championship today. What a start from Sheffield Wednesday.
It's no more than we deserved. We've created chance after chance after chance, and in the end, you know, Michael Smith comes on. He'll be well happy with that. Keeper did well. I think he stopped the first one.
Yeah, he gets it on, it doesn't hit his knee, comes back again for Michael Smith. But he makes no mistake at the second time of asking.
He keeps his cool.
And what did I say? Johnson will come on and do his thing as well. Just to remind us that he's crossing.
That Bannon.
It continues again tonight.
So, game's off and underway. Hull
do get the game moving in amber and black, playing as we look from right to left. Sheffield Wednesday trying to enact that press early on, chasing in numbers, which is something England didn't do particularly successfully during the Euros. Callum Paterson, the silver-haired Callum Paterson, puts his marker off as Paul Valentin wins it back. Lovely flick, chance and a goal! Goodness me, that's absolutely brilliant as Charlie McNeil rattles in the shot unmarked past Anthony Rachopi in the whole goal. Sheffield Wednesday set off like a train, forced the error from Hull, a deft touch from Smith and a cracking finish from Charlie McNeil. Less than a minute played, Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
And there's the frailties that I was talking about. They try and pass it out from the back. One centre half took off into midfield, advanced. We win the ball high. Great counter-attack, great touch from Michael Smith into the path of McNeil, and what a wonderful, wonderful finish. Delighted for Jamal on Sunday to get his first goal, and also delighted for McNeil to get his.
Game continues, it could be 5-4 as Fouzer rolls it forward. Patterson looking for work in a more central position as Smith had dropped back to help out from a defensive perspective. In the end, Hull City recover possession, have it on the edge of their own technical area, and here's Alfie Jones. Square it goes to Sean McLaughlin, not on one of his sautés up the pitch. The Hull City fans perhaps having had their fill of Sheffield Wednesday supporters chanting continuously, having taken the lead. They're now saying, look, you're not singing anymore, but, well, I'll be stunned if this is 1-1 at 90 minutes.
No,
and it's given away, and it definitely won't be. Wow. And it's 2-1, and Charlie McNeil has robbed the goalkeeper, Anthony Rachopi. And a moment or two after Hull City's equaliser, Hull City implode at the back. A gift for Charlie McNeil, who walked it past the goalkeeper and fired into an empty net. We've had just over 10 minutes and 3 goals, and Sheffield Wednesday lead by 2-1.
Andy, I feel fed up repeating myself again here, but Hull City's defence, one of their centre-backs is stood on the halfway line where his centre-back partner is on the edge of his box passing the ball to his goalkeeper, whose goalkeeper takes a horrible touch, don't get me wrong, and I'm looking at the Hull City manager, he's striding back to the bench, almost wants to throw something, pointing 2 fingers at the side of his head as if to say, we're not even using our head.
As the ball just bobbles along now, this bobbly pitch here as the ball in from Famewo, looks for Marvin Johnson. Johnson gets his cross in towards the far post, but there's no one there, and an orange shirt cleared by Town. Up towards Vernon, the number 10. Heckel gets there first, now Liam Palmer. Palmer in towards Chalabar, back to Palmer again. Good ball from Palmer, gets it out of his feet, finds Paul Valentin. Paul Valentin goes on the outside. Paul Valentin goes on the outside and gets round his man, keeps it in, pulls it back, there's the equaliser, and it is Ike Ugbo with the side-footed finish, his first goal since returning to Sheffield Wednesday. That will do him the power of good. He goes and grabs the ball in the goal, grabs it to take it back to the centre circle. Wednesday want more. It's Grimsby 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Paul Valentin's given us a real good threat down that right-hand side. I think our biggest attacking threat's been Marvin Johnson down the left in the first half. A little bit there, it started that from Marv's run down the left-hand side, lifts the ball in the box. Danny Rohl throws his arms up in frustration because nobody was on the back of it. We get it out the other side, out to Paul Valentine, cuts it back, and Ugbo, that'll do him a lot of good as well.
Well, he was throwing his arms up in a different way there, Danny Rohl. He was saying, come on, he wants more. That, whatever happens for the rest of the night, Bully, that feels like a useful evening from him just to get a goal, doesn't it?
Absolutely, 100%. Danny Rohl's been very patient and then giving him minutes and raising those minutes and everything like that, but he'll find an extra yard and skipping his step now that he's got that goal as well. Here's Johnson again, he's been absolutely fantastic. Go on, Jamal Lowe.
In towards Jamal Lowe. Can Jamal Lowe get his first Wednesday goal? It's going to go deflected in, and Wednesday have turned this around in the space of a minute. It deflects up and over the keeper and into the goal, and just like that, Sheffield Wednesday lead. Ugbo with the first, Lowe with the second. Grimsby Town 1, Wednesday 2.
Once again, the initial start of that attack comes from Marvin Johnson down this left-hand side. I think he's been really, really positive and effective, really strong running. We get it, cut it inside to Ugbo, who slips a wonderful pass to Jamal Lowe. and he's able to, listen, Eastwood gets a touch on it, but it flips up, spins over his head and into the back of the net. What a wonderful 5 minutes we've had, and deserve it, the real energy, and now it's given that lift to that support base that we talked.
Bannon.
See if he's enjoying himself.
Twisting and turning. I wonder if he was nagging away on that in that dugout.
Half time.
Get me on. Here's Kabatsky. Good tackle comes in from the Grimsby defender, but it will be another Sheffield Wednesday corner.
Really good passage of play, dominating, stuck in this Grimsby half. This
corner taken short again. Kabatsky from Johnson. Kabatsky goes back to Bannon. Bannon back to Kabatsky, touched off nicely. Here's Marvin Johnson's ball in. It's 3.
What a goal.
It's Callum Patterson who fires it into the goal. A wonderfully worked goal as well. And when they needed the finish from Patterson, they got it. He sprints off. And he has a celebration planned of some kind. I think he's gone over to one of the Grimsby fans over on the far side, and he flexes a little bit there, but he's always a bit of good fun, is he, from Callum Patterson. And the Wednesday fans absolutely loved it, and they're loving the scoreline now. Grimsby 1, Wednesday 3.
So, I was at Dunfermline. My first child was born, and I scored the game after. The second child was born, I scored a goal the game after. Patterson's just had a little girl this week and he scored the game after. Brilliant. Brilliant. Had a little girl earlier on in the week. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Patterson. Congratulations to Mr. Patterson with a goal. Wonderful worked goal.
He's probably helped Grimsby out there. The referee is Bannon. Bannon back to Kabatsky. Whips a dangerous ball in, and who else but Callum Patterson? He's been getting the stick from the fans, and Callum Patterson gets his second and Wednesday's fourth with a bullet header. Wednesday safely through to round 3. Grimsby Town 1, Owls 4.
That's the best delivery we've seen in the last couple of games, isn't it? Real quality in there, great time. It's a wonderful, wonderful header. Delighted for Callum. Quite quiet over that side. I'm waiting and actually seeing them leaving. There's a load at the top. But
well, he ran the other way this time and went to the Wednesday end, didn't he? Which is probably wise, but
he had his piece.
He doesn't need to say anything when he banged in a couple of goals. Play it through towards Kabatsky. It's a bit sloppy there. Bernard will get it back to Charles, and Charles will play a ridiculous pass over towards the right hand side for Paul Valentin. It's unbelievable. I mean, that pass, we'll come back to it. Here's Jamal Lowe, goes back to Bannon. Bannon lifted into the box, and it could be a chance to smash one, and it is! It's Paul Valentin! What a collector's item. It's been about 50 years since he scored a goal. He's got one now, and he rockets that into the bottom corner. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. He's got a huge grin on his face. What a finish as well. Puts the icing on the cake. Grimsby 1, Wednesday 5.
Let's go back to the start of the move. Pierce Charles is out to full-back, laid inside into Barry Bannon. An absolutely delightful little chip out. Great first touch, and what a strike for Paul Valentin. Wonderful, wonderful strike.
Fans chanting his name, and he's loving that as the Spaniard. He turned round, big smile on his face, applauded the away end. He's incredibly popular, very likeable, great to chat to. Bit of a character.
Dispossessed by Michael
So Wednesday
Smith.
throw that.
He tried to pass it away, but the pass from Smith, like you say, flicking off the Queen's Park Rangers man. So Wednesday take the throw in quickly. Dishon Bernard goes round the corner there from Charles. Crossing opportunity. Comes back towards Bannon. He's just told to leave it, was it? It just got charged down. Charles was onto it quickly. He has got a good strike on him, Shea Charles. Crossed in now by Valentin. Wednesday with Smith. Tries to cushion down. Bannon has a goal! Yeah! Does he have a goal? It hits the bar and goes down and in. The skipper leads from the front for Sheffield Wednesday. A hop, skip and a jump. And Sheffield Wednesday look like they've come up with a winner. With time running out, magnificent from Bannon. Perfect strike. Our shooting has been a little bit wayward to say the least today. There was nothing wrong with that from Barry Bannon. That was perfect. No chance at all for Nardi in the QPR goal. And Wednesday have found a way through. With what, maybe about a minute and a half remaining. It's Sheffield Wednesday 1, QPR 0.
Well, great credit to Michael Smith. What a chest down. he's not put it on a plate for Barry Bannon. Barry Bannon's got a lot of work still to do with it, but he's kept it down, and the goalkeeper, Nare, must be gobsmacked. That's just good.
With a group of Sheffield Wednesday players in black looking to make a late charge into the penalty area. In it comes Richard O'Donnell, double punches it away. Max Lowe will fire the recovering shot into the turf. Blackpool recover to get the ball back. Paul Valentin then drives it over the top. Michael Smith rises, wins the header, and Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead. Deshaun Bernard denied earlier. There was no stopping that as the half volley rifles into the top corner. Brilliant goal from Sheffield Wednesday, and the Owls have the lead just past the half hour. It's Blackpool 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Deshaun Bernard.
It's a great lesson there. It's the second phase from a set play. Wednesday have kept it alive. It's a wonderful clip ball from Paul Valentin out to Michael Smith, it's just bread and butter to Michael Smith. Back post, gets up, heads it across goal, and Deshaun Bernard still in there. He's the one that's thinking like a striker, gets in there, and it's a wonderful finish. As you say, denied 2 minutes earlier, great finish. Fully deserved Wednesday.
Yep, first ever Sheffield Wednesday goal for Deshaun Bernard. He scored once for Jamaica on international duty.
So far, Luton have struggled upon their return to the Championship. Talk about struggle there. Alfie Doherty was as though they lose it. Looks up. And now for Barry Bannon! Fabulous finish by Barry Bannon! A finish only he's capable of! And he gets the warm acclaim from the Wednesday fans! And what a strike it is to put them in front, and how they've deserved it! If you are to teach anyone new coming into football, you're on how to strike a beautiful approach. That is a fine example from Barry Bannon. Comes into it. He kept it low, he kept it straight. Kaminsky had no chance of keeping that out. And Sheffield Wednesday, who were the team who were the most threatening in the first half, have got the first goal of the game. And Barry Bannon, who scored last week in the
James Beadle, who just works it short. Wednesday playing some good football. Goes up towards Josh Windass. Windass, nice little ball inside, finding Palmer. And that one goes out wide towards Bannon, who just lays it off for Johnson. Johnson takes aim! A big deflection! It takes the ball in, and Sheffield Wednesday have scored the opening goal in 8.5 minutes. It's Johnson arriving in the nick of time, really. Lining up the shot. It took a big nick off a defender and goes into the net past Palmer. A great start from Sheffield Wednesday. Bannon was heavily involved once again, just teeing him up, and Johnson did the rest. Sheffield Wednesday lead against the Albion by a goal to nil. What a start for Wednesday. Delightful finish there from Marvin Johnson. His sweet left foot, getting it all right for Wednesday. Of course, the Owls did win this fixture last season, you recall, when they needed to, of course, when they were desperately seeking points to stay in the division. And maybe, just maybe, it could be Wednesday's day. They've had a habit, haven't they, over the years of winning the games perhaps when they're least expected to. The throw-in. Coming backwards now with Palmer. Palmer playing the ball back for Michael Ehekwe. And now it's launched forward with Akinfenmewo up towards Windass! A looping header there from Josh Windass, and it goes over the top of Palmer. Alex Palmer had no chance of keeping that one out. Sort of route one, if you will. Old school. Josh Windass converts for Sheffield Wednesday. What a start this has been here at Hillsborough. Wednesday leading the Albion by 2 goals to nil. Josh Windass this time, following up after Marvin Johnson got Wednesday's first in the opening 10 minutes. What a start it's been for Wednesday here against an Albion side that's been in good form this season. Just when you think you've got this league worked out, you get results like this. Let's hope it does stay as a result. Of course, there is an awful long way to go, but Wednesday, at the moment, very much in charge. Masaba can't find a teammate with that. Bannon will get it though, puts it into Smith. Low. Turn backwards, and Bannon's made a good run into the area. Bannon will slide it across, and Wednesday score! It's Anthony Masaba! Wednesday are back ahead! Masaba with the tap-in! A great run from Bannon, and Masaba does the rest! Wednesday are back ahead! Hillsborough rejoices! What a turnaround! What an afternoon for Sheffield Wednesday! Now you need to hang on and hold it! It's Wednesday 3, West Brom 2! A stunning run from Bannon into space. You could see when he was afforded that opportunity, he would make the most of it. He slid it across, and Anthony Masaba couldn't miss and didn't. Sheffield Wednesday are back ahead. Albion's joy is short-lived. Just having a look at the replay. It's just a side-footed effort there from Anthony Masaba on his left foot. Sliding it away in past Alex.
Paul Valentin here.
Yeah, Jamal Lowe needs to get in the middle though. We don't want him out wide.
Here's Bannon. Back to Paul Valentin. Valentin's cross. Headed away by Coventry again. Bernard. Bannon. Valerie. Valentin. Wednesday have really grown into this half. They'll just be kicking themselves that they gave away such a soft goal. Famewo closed down well by Brandon Thomas Asante, and he forces Famewo back to the keeper. 1 minute and 10 left of the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Ball flicked on by Valerie, looking for Gassama. Headed away on his form as Jamal Lowe. Now here's Gassama. Gassama will shoot! What a finish from Jenny Gassama, the former Paris Saint-Germain man, has rocketed that one into the goal. And in stoppage time in the first half, Wednesday get the goal that their pressure deserves. It's Coventry 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
What a fantastic finish from Gassama. Great build-up play, nothing more than Wednesday deserved from this first half. Ben Wilson was rooted. I think he must have got caught out. He's put it right in his top left-hand corner, and he must have thought he's going to shoot across me, and he sort of leant to one side and then watched it going down his left-hand side. No more than Wednesday deserve.
That's an unstoppable shot from Gassama. Absolutely rocketed that one. We had the perfect view for it, John. We were right behind Gassama, and you could just see that when it was played to him, he didn't have an awful lot on, so why not just have a dig? And he could not have hit that ball any sweeter.
Not at all.
It almost took the net off. Talk about game management. I'm not sure that was the best game management there, because it's going to allow the Silver to play this forward for Maywo's header. Ugbo's got to get there, and he does. Finds Marvin Johnson. Johnson's ball.
Go on, knock it and run. Knock it and run.
He's got to try and hold on to it here, and he's going to win a throw in. No, he's not. The ref's going to give it against Wednesday. He's going to say it came off Ugbo last. 91-42 on the watch. It is 1-1. Eccles' ball. It's a long ball. It's headed away by Famewo. Bannon slips
again.
But is it going to be given away by Coventry? It is. Masaba picks it up for the Owls. Now he gets his head down. Can he
He's
run
gone all the way. Go on.
He slips it through. He's Shea Charles.
What are you beauty?
In the 93rd minute, the bench clears. It went through, and the on-loan Southampton man seems to have won it for the Owls. He kept his composure. He slips it past Ben Wilson. It is Coventry 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
I don't know whether to say this sentence. I thought he was offside. Again, that linesman's done us a favour again on that far side. But fantastic finish.
What a finish to this game. I have to say, John, my first reaction was to agree with you that Charles was offside. That Masaba ran through, and Charles may well have been offside, but who cares? Because Wednesday would argue they had a goal against QPR against them that shouldn't have stood, and a goal, and maybe even two against Luton that shouldn't have stood. That one will stand, and all credit to Shea Charles. He needed just to keep his composure and side foot that past the keeper, John.
Which he did.
He did it.
He did it. He did it. The referee's going to have 2 minutes now, by the way. We're on 93-20.
As it is played through over towards the right. Here's Valerie. This is more promising. In towards Windass. Windass's cross blocked away by Portsmouth. Now here is Palmer. Iorfa. Charles. Windass and Charles combine. Oh, and Charles has played it down the line. It's actually going to, rather fortunately, ricochet off Valerie. Cross comes in, headed away by Portsmouth. First real pressure from Wednesday in this second half. Valerie, Charles, Palmer nods it down. Hacked away again by Portsmouth, but straight up into the air. They can't clear the lines. Now here's Charles. Bannon midway inside the Portsmouth half, lifts it for Smith. Smith to Windass, he scored! Josh Windass fires it in, he beats the offside trap, set up by Michael Smith, and Josh Windass back in the team, celebrates the new arrival that he's had recently with a goal. Portsmouth 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
In the last 3 or 4 minutes, we've basically been camped in their their defensive third, our attacking third. We've retained possession. Whenever Pompey have been able to clear the ball, it's been a half-hearted clearance. We've picked up again 10 yards outside the box. We've worked it, we've been patient, we've prodded, we've poked, we've got pressures on, and then that little bit of quality there. Barry Bannon's just clipped up to Michael Smith, won the header, back across, and Josh Windass done a wonderful right foot outside of the foot into the back of the net. Now this will change the atmosphere in this place.
Just want to get a good look at this replay, because you did just wonder, you know, how close is it to being offside, but we'll find out when we have a look at the replay in a couple of moments. But regardless of anything to do with that, it was a great
enthusiasm down a level here at Fratton Park. Palmer back to Iorfa, the substitute. If you missed it earlier, Akinfenmewo had to go off with a first half injury. Looked like a thigh injury as it's tossed to Dishon Bernard, who swings it long, kept in play somewhat spectacularly by Max Lowe. But Wednesday really don't look particularly competent when playing it out from the back, but now they move through the thirds brilliantly. Windass wide, it comes to Valerie. Valerie crossing position but plays in. Michael Smith!
Oh my word,
what a goal from Michael Smith! He was teed up in a central position, 22-23 yards from goal, and against his former club, arrows an absolute worldie into the top corner to send 2,500 travelling Sheffield Wednesday fans bananas, and from a goal down, Wednesday lead 2-1. Superb!
It was actually really good build-up play. There was a brilliant piece of skill out, like you mentioned, out on our left-hand side to keep the ball in play at one point. Worked the ball across, worked it down the side. Jan Valerie's looking to put a cross in, lifts his head, plays a wonderful cut back. It's about 5 yards outside the 18-yard box. We spoke before the game and I mentioned that we were talking about the finishing that was going on, and I mentioned Michael Smith had rifled one in the top corner. You weren't sure what I was looking at that time. That was absolutely wonderful. It was a goal worthy of winning any football match. We're just watching the replay just now.
Well, Valerie played it back to Smith and he struck that.
Second half.
Svante Ingelsson, summer signing from Hansa Ronstock, will take. Safe hands from Flecken.
Yeah, it's about as extended as he's been in that Brentford goal.
And that was well watched by Gassama, who'll have a go! That's brilliant from Gassama, who won it back, and goodness me, did he make the most of it. Jenny Gassama, just his second goal of the season, and he's fired Sheffield Wednesday level.
Well, talk about out of nowhere. That is the epitome. It's a bit of an understatement, isn't it? As I said, in the second half, winning the corner was about the first time they'd been in the Brentford final third. But, I mean, it's a beauty of a shot. It's powerful, it's accurate, it's right in the corner. And out of nowhere, that's the price you pay when you don't go after a game and put it to bed.
Sheffield Wednesday's only defeat in the last 6 came here against Burnley. It's good work from Johnson onto Gassama. And Johnson continuing his run. In towards Smith. And it's crept in. And Sheffield Wednesday level it up. It's a clever finish from Michael Smith. His first start of the season at Hillsborough. Comes with a goal. And Almost used the defender Pollock here as a bit of a shield. Backman unsighted. On an awful lot of pace on the volley. Wednesday. Or at least to make Watford a little bit nervous. Low. And Valentin! Well, maybe there is still some time. 9 minutes to go as one substitute finds another. Now Sheffield Wednesday simply giving themselves too much to do. It's a really good finish.
On Saturday too, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ball gets played through. Windass might be after this one. Can Windass capitalise here? Windass!
Whoa! What a goal!
The goalkeeper comes long, but he never was going to get there. And Josh Windass kind of makes that missed opportunity from Ugbo academic. He takes that chance, does Windass. The goalkeeper never had any chance of getting there. And a cool finish from Windass, sliding it in along the turf. And Wednesday take the lead against Norwich City. The Owls lead by a goal to nil.
He's made that look absolutely easy. I mean,
Johnson again, though, isn't it, with the threaded pass?
Yeah, Johnson. Superb ball. He doesn't touch it. He just waits for it to come down. And then he hits it on the half volley with his laces. That is a fantastic finish.
Yeah, a lot to admire there. He just sort of threads it, does Johnson, through a little gap. Bends it slightly.
That wall's about 20 yards away, isn't it?
It does seem quite in some distance, yeah. Seems slightly pointless. Anyway, the ball is played in. Can Wednesday win this header with Dominic? Oh! It goes through! Well, it just seemed to go through George Long's hands. He should have probably been the favourite to keep it out, but Dominic Iorfa rising the highest at the back post. And Sheffield Wednesday, well, they're enjoying the night, aren't they?
Well, we are now.
It's 2-0 to the Owls.
We are now.
We'll take that all night long.
He gets up really well. Let's have a look. Great ball in, across the 6 yard. Gets up. Goalkeeper will be a little bit.
Goes under his body.
He'll not be happy with that. But credit to Iorfa, he's rose at that far post and he's headed it down. Perfect header, and the goalkeeper squandered it.
I mean, you say perfect header. In some ways, he doesn't get an awful lot of power.
No, but he's got enough. He's got direction.
Bannon puts it over. Can Wednesday connect with this? Smith's up there. He's made life difficult for the goalkeeper. He's headed down, but Wednesday were able to connect with a rebound. Jan Valerie slides it on in towards Windass, goes across the area. Yes! Send it home. They have responded. Bernard. The final touch is Bernard. There was two going for it, but it's the centre half who gets the decisive touch from a few yards out. It was a very inviting ball. Wednesday had players lining up to connect with it. And we've said this before about Wednesday. They have got more resilience. There's more character about them. When they fall behind, they don't throw the towel in. And they've reacted positively here. It's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Cardiff City 1.
Yeah, it took us 3 minutes to equalise. Lovely ball down the inside, down the channel for Windass, I think it was, who's got the cross in. Bernard's waiting. Yeah, he's waiting, left-footed, back of the net. Well done.
Windass just works it across. And just getting there ahead of Gassama, I think it was the centre half. Showing predatory instincts. He has quite a bit of work to do, actually, because he slides it in from a bit of distance.
Overall, in 36 minutes of the game, Sheffield Wednesday deserve to have this opportunity.
Josh Windass, who will step up to take this. 63 league games, 72 games in all competitions since Michael Smith stuck one away against Peterborough in the playoffs. And Josh Windass has the chance to put Wednesday ahead from the spot. Little stutter step, hits it, sends the keeper the wrong way. The wait has been worth it. 558 days later, Sheffield Wednesday have a penalty and they score it as well. Great effort from Windass, fantastic composure, his 5th of the season. The away end jubilant, 8 minutes to the break. Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1. For Wednesday on halfway, trying to drive forward. Another goal for Wednesday now with 10 to go, probably does it. But he goes down again, and no foul, says Oliver Langford. Nicely back from Marvin Johnson near side to get in the way as Casey Palmer goes down, wanting a cheap free kick, doesn't get one. Liam Palmer driving through the middle. He's got Marvin Johnson to the left-hand side. Johnson at deep ball. Masaba, can he keep it in? He can. He plays it back to Michael Smith, who side-foots the ball home. The Hull City defence just gave up, gave Michael Smith plenty of room, and the half-time substitute has come on and looks like he's put Wednesday on course for a third away win in 4 games in the Championship. Smith with his 4th of the season. They kept it alive, they kept their cool, and Sheffield Wednesday are heading to a big 3 points in the Yorkshire Derby at the MKM Stadium as the home fans head for the exits. Hull City 0, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
I just looked down at Tim Walter there. I mean, he just looks a beaten man, head down. I mean, it's really harsh on Hull in the second half. They have played well without really causing any dangerous sort of opportunities, but they have played well. They have been the better team, but Wednesday have done the ultimate sucker punch job in this second half. They've soaked up all the pressure, they've hit them on the counter-attack, and it's a wonderful, wonderful finish.
He did make the run. Windass played the pass.
Yeah, so many players just on different wavelengths at the moment. But that's a great reaction for Josh.
He's won it back, slips it down the line. This time he does find Masaba. Masaba's got 2 in the middle, one of them Smith cut out just in front of Smith. Bannon tries to retain the ball. Now Johnson. Smith tries to work it in here towards Josh Windass. Windass buys a yard, gets his cross in. Defender kicks it clear, forced to Bannon on the rebound. It's Bannon! It's a brilliant goal from Barry Bannon on his birthday. What a way to celebrate! And he runs over to the away end with his finger to his lips, quietens down the Derby fans and celebrates with the away end. What a finish that is for Bannon! And it's Derby 1, Wednesday 1.
Take a bow, you wee Scottish dancer. That's happy birthday, wee man. What a finish. Listen, I saw on social media so many times this morning, I think it was 2015-16 when he rifled one in the exact same goal in the Sheffield Wednesday shirt. He bounced a 1-2 with Gary Hooper and rifled it in. And he's come back to haunt them once again. And this game, honestly, football's mental. It is absolutely mental. Keep yourself in the game, you'll get an opportunity. You get a little bit of luck or you'll get a little bit of class. And that was a little bit of class.
I'd say that was a lot of class from Barry Bannon. What a finish that is from the Scotsman. Wednesday fans lapping it up at the other end of the stadium there. I mean, he didn't have a lot of space to place that ball, Bully, with that shot, to get it in the goal, and he found it, didn't he, perfectly.
It was over a goalkeeper, over a centre-half's head. It was right in the top corner. There was no power in it, it was just caressed. Absolutely fantastic.
Beadle taking his time. Wednesday want to make sure that if there is going to be one attack, it's theirs, and that's it. Up towards Patterson, he's making a nuisance of himself, but Cashin, who's just been named the man of the match from the Derby end, is in a clear, and there's a foul by Jackson. Derby fans not happy, and they're not happy in front of us, but it is a free kick. Now it's lobbed up towards Patterson.
Josh.
Patterson tries to head it on. Can he get there, Callum Patterson? It's cleared just by Derby. Bannon, Windass's shot. It's going to deflect over towards the right, and Patterson across is there! Wednesday have won it in the last second! It's Jamal Lowe who comes off the bench. The Wednesday away end explodes. What a finish here at Pride Park, and Wednesday are taking the points back to South Yorkshire. Derby 1, Sheffield Wednesday 2.
This is why you love this game. It is utterly mental. What a... Listen, big hoof up the park, win the first ball, keep the ball alive, keep it wide, have a shot. Jamal Lowe, happy days.
Oh, pretty much the last kick of the game, Bully, as well. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you can't. There's no better way to win a game. There's no worse way to lose a game.
Derby fans are booing. Most of them are also heading for the exits.
Yes, they are. But there's a certain corner of the stadium that doesn't seem like anybody's leaving at the moment.
Where's that, Bully?
What's over there? Oh, there's a wee sing-song going over in the corner. Some people are starting to
The Wednesday fans are bouncing, and well, you said you wanted Jamal Lowe to get the goal. He was there with that touch. And there are surely only about 10 or 15
waiting for somebody to come and give him a route to go to. Ingleson was the one who ended up dabbing it back to him. It's in the air. Shalabar jumping for it, comes back for Ingleson. Go on, move it away. It's still with Ingleson. Ingleson fizzes it into the feet there of Masaba. Masaba, will he cut this one back? He's in the box, puts it in towards the middle. It's going to go over the line. Wesley score, and it's Michael Smith. Didn't get a clean connection. It wasn't exactly a rifled effort, but it goes in. It sort of trickled over the line. Woodman got his hand to it. A neat cut back by Anthony Masaba, and Wednesday have finally got the equaliser that they thought they might have got with Josh Windass from the penalty spot. It's now Sheffield Wednesday 1, Preston 1.
Well, I'm so pleased for Smith. I really am. I think he's placed that rather than gone for the power. And Masaba's made up. He's picked him out. He's got a little bit of luck. The goalkeeper's coming from the right-hand post, and he fails to get it, and it creeps over the line. I'm sure that the goalie would have been really upset about that, but we've got to take that.
So here is Charles's corner from the right-hand side. It's going to be a right-footed outswinger. In it comes. It's going to hit a player and go in. It's an own goal. It's come off the Oxford captain Elliot Moore and gone in. None of the Wednesday players were near him. It's just hit him, gone past the goalkeeper, and Wednesday are level. Oxford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise that had gone in actually. I didn't see it. I saw the cross just around the 6-yard line, and then the next thing, back of the net. Don't matter how it's gone in, it's in. It's 1-1. We're back in the game.
Danny Rohl urges his team on, thrown inside here towards Jamal Lowe. Lowe's
good ball.
Low ball over towards that right-hand side, and Valerie, who's got lots of space on the right-hand side. Valerie's ball in towards Smith. Well headed away, could still fall for Wednesday, and Lowe.
Great goal, there it is. Jamal Lowe, he's injured.
A gritty from Jamal Lowe. He was there, the opportunist to fire past the goalkeeper coming, and Wednesday take the lead for the first time. Oxford 1, Wednesday 2.
Well, a great ball from Lowe. He started that move, canned it out to the right-hand side. Valerie's put a great cross in, and it's rebound, it's ricocheted, it's bounced off one of the Oxford defenders, and in the end it's just a simple tap-in by Jamal Lowe. He started it and he finished it.
I enjoy a gritty. Good to see that from Jamal Lowe. As Barnsley have
I thought he'd injured himself at first. Sorry.
No, it was a celebration, John.
Well, I realise that now, but I thought, oh, he's just pulled his hammy.
Oh dear. Wednesday fans lapping it up over on the far side, as you'd expect. Oh, back towards James Beadle. Over towards that right-hand side, and Shea Charles. Charles over towards that right-hand side. Ball in towards Michael Smith.
I think he could have got that.
Sama was there as well. Kind of went between the two of them. Oxford get it back and go back to the keeper. Ball chipped forward by Oxford. Good header comes in from Valerie. Finds the man on that right-hand side.
Man on.
Masaba. Now Bannon, Smith. Gassama shot, what a goal!
Oh my word!
Fantastic from Jenny Gassama. Teed up to him, and he's rocketed that one into the bottom corner. What a goal! An absolute belter from Gassama, and it's Oxford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 3.
We needed another goal, and that's an absolute worldie. What a fantastic strike. He's got several of them this year, Gassama. That might be his best. Brilliant goal. Brilliant execution.
He high-fives Michael Smith in appreciation for his work, then runs over to the away and punches the air.
Why not? He deserves it.
He's absolutely loving that as Jenny Gassama, the former PSG man, points to the sky. And that is a goal, John Pearson.
Learning the lesson perhaps after seeing one or two of the risks that we saw in the first half. Not a good kick out there from Beadle. Didn't get the height. It was intercepted, but Wednesday have put it back into the opposition half. They'll try again to play it forward. Windass trying to spin in behind Rose. Rose was across to it, but Wednesday
Well
was quick
done.
and alive to it there with Valerie, who takes a tumble. Charles trying to regain it, and Charles did enough. Bannon to Charles. Plays it on now for Gassama. Gassama trying to wriggle away. Still he has it. Up against the fullback Bukar. Bukar got something on it, played it backwards. Wednesday retaining possession. Charles into Bannon. Bannon tries to
Slips
move
it in. That's a
forward.
great ball.
It's now with Valerie. Can he cut this back into the centre?
Yes!
It goes in. It's Windass.
Yes,
for
in!
Wednesday. The goalkeeper tried to cut it out. Didn't take a lot of contact really from Josh Windass for that to go over the goal line, but 10-man Sheffield Wednesday lead against Stoke City. It's Josh Windass reacting from Valerie's cross ball. The Owls lead Stoke by a goal to nil.
Yeah, superb play down that right-hand side. Valerie's just taken a knock. Doesn't look very comfortable. And there he was again, just in that 6-yard box, poaching Josh Windass.
Great ball from Bannon though, just threading it through.
Brilliant. It's poor defending by Stoke, but what a lovely ball.
Callum Patterson, his pass has asked a question or two there of Barry Bannon, but he dealt with it. And it's gone back up towards Patterson, who's having a scrap with one of the centre halves, who's looking to rip his shirt off. With the Max Lowe though, defending well. Passing it back. Again, there's a push in the back. And Patterson,
Nice.
you can see it all day long, Matt. Ben Wilmot.
That's just stupid again.
You can see how blustery it is out there. There's plenty of like crisp packets and whatever else blowing across the field.
So we need Bannon just to make a little run down this side here.
Ball goes in the air, out towards the right-hand side. It'll be controlled here by Jan Valerie. What a turn inside. The defender Gooch tries to make a tackle, but still Wednesday have a chance to cross it over. It's Charles! Yes! A similar goal really to the first. Callum Patterson with a knockout blow there, surely for Stoke City. The Owls get a second. And it's Callum Patterson, fresh off the bench, getting the goal for Wednesday. The Owls lead Stoke by 2 goals to nil.
Yeah, carbon copy. Ball down the right-hand side, diagonal ball, and Charles does really well, as Valerie did. And then Patterson does well, as Josh Windass did. Very, very similar.
Real persistence from the Wednesday players, though, to make sure they got the ball and cut it back.
Well,
great finish from
I hope
Patterson.
this is not a new trend. You know, that we have to get somebody sent off and then we'll start scoring.
Well, you know what? If it works, I'll take it.
If it works, yeah.
Usually Lowe gets a tackle in. Bannon back heels it calmly to Jan Valerie. Valerie back to Bannon on this right-hand side. Charles, good touch from Gassama, gets away from Borges, runs forward, gets into a decent position here. Does Gassama, slips it through to Shea.
Can he get
Charles.
there?
Charles in the area, plays it across. It's Ingleson. It's a
Oh,
goal!
get in there! That's the first one I said.
Sheffield Wednesday back in the game, maybe. Just minutes into the second half. In fact, 90 seconds into the second half, and the substitute Svante Ingleson has fired it in via a deflection from Shea Charles's cross. It's Middlesbrough 3, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Well, Gassama played his part in that one. He's done really well. We've carried the ball well down this right-hand side, and we've got the goal that I wanted.
Good work from Charles.
Yeah.
Managed to just clear the danger. Middlesbrough are forced back towards halfway. Now, one back by Chalabar
brilliant,
in midfield.
Chalabar. I
Chalabar's
think he might be
ball
offside.
through. Windass is onside. He's got it on the left-hand side. He timed his run brilliantly. Slips it into Ingleson. Ingleson in the area. Left-hand side, needs a bit of support. Finds it with Windass. Windass teases forward. Needs a bit of help himself now, does Windass. Goes back to Bannon, edge of the box. Bannon goes on a jinking run. Finds Ingleson, Bannon. Wednesday passing it around.
It's nicely done. Can he get there?
Looking for Ingleson. Ingleson slides in and wins it. Finds Gassama. Gassama by the touchline. It could fall to Windass. It's bundled in. Wednesday's got another.
It's gone in.
It's Josh Windass who sprints over to the away end. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. And it's Josh Windass with another goal. And game on here on Boxing Day. Middlesbrough 3, Wednesday 2.
Not pretty, but very, very effective. And again, Josh Windass is scoring goals that I couldn't see again. I didn't know which side of the post it had gone. Ingleson does fantastic. There he goes. And Gassama again, heavily involved. Just picks him out. He comes off his knee. The goalkeeper.
Does it come off his knee or is it somewhere a little higher up, John?
Well, let's have a look on this replay again. Here it comes. There it comes. Oh, well, wherever. I don't care. It's gone in.
Wednesday with the corner. Everybody back for Middlesbrough. They've got a short option if they want it. And Gassama will just bring Latila out by going towards Shea Charles, but he rejects the short option. He whips it into the near post. It's flicked.
Yes! Get in there!
I think Jan Valery has got the final touch, and Wednesday have scored 3 times in 15 minutes. It is Middlesbrough 3, Sheffield Wednesday 3. It's a Boxing Day miracle.
Was this the best Boxing Day you've ever had? Well, I'll tell you, we can win it. We can win it.
Wow.
Just imagine round the other side of Yorkshire. Wednesday losing 3-0 at half-time. They're going to get battered.
It's a brilliant goal, by the way. Corner into the near post. Jan Valery has flicked it towards goal.
He got there in the first half, didn't he? You know, when he touched it on and Windass couldn't quite get the connection he wanted.
Crosses into the penalty area. Here's Keane with his back to goal, but it wouldn't sit for McCann. And it's end to end because it's Sheffield Wednesday's turn now to try and have a go. And it's Gassama over the halfway line, running a Jordan Story. Bodies all over the place here, and it's Windass from range, takes on the shot, and it's a magnificent one. And Josh Windass has pulled Sheffield Wednesday level. As the hour mark approaches, Windass, who missed a penalty against North End 3 weeks ago, has found the bottom corner.
Ball just headed forward there by Shea Charles, and Wednesday give chase again. It's the pace of Gassama. He gets there and he moves it into the area. Charles will try and hook it. Comes from Bannon! He's been a man on the mission, hasn't he, so far? And Barry Bannon gets the rebound, and Wednesday open the scoring in 2025. It's Barry Bannon finding the finish. He scored a few times against Derby in the past. Had a spell on loan against Derby County and scored, of course, the out in the fixture earlier in the season too, back at the start of December. Sheffield Wednesday lead Derby County by 1-0.
You've got to give credit to Gassama. He's superb running in behind. He's left him for dead. There he goes, little ball into Shea Charles, straight across the 6-yard box. Who's there to tap it in? Barry Bannon.
Gassama so quick as he moved it into Charles. Clips in, the goalkeeper got a hand to it, but could only push it into the path of Bannon to open the score for Wednesday. 8 minutes gone, it's Sheffield Wednesday 1, Derby 0. I mean, great start.
Yeah, it has been a great start. I've just got that feel.
Comes back and it's played into the area there by Phillips.
Well,
and Wednesday will try and counter-attack now. Windass goes for the ambitious one. The keeper's off his line! Oh! Amazing goal! Now that is how to start a new year. That is a stunning goal from Josh Windass. Think David Beckham from distance many moons ago. That is, well, out of this world. The vision, the awareness, he sees the keeper's off his line. He's not just chipped him, he's done it with plenty of finesse, plenty of power, in his own half in fact, clearing the goalkeeper. Wednesday lead Derby by 2-0. What a goal!
I thought his goal at Preston was quality, and that beats any goal I've seen ever. hands down. That is the best goal that I've ever seen. Like, watching football for however many years. That was just absolute quality, perfection.
But to know that the goalkeeper isn't on his line, though, that is just awareness, isn't it? Awesome goal. I mean, I've got a chance here. Gassama flicked it brilliantly, and he's tearing after it. It's now with Jenny Gassama to make it 3! Brilliant running, excellent finish. Derby done for. What a magnificent few minutes for Sheffield Wednesday. Great running from Gassama, and then the composure at the end of it to slide it in past Zettelstrom. Wednesday 3, Derby 0.
Gassama deserves it for his performances the last couple of months. Different class. He's a danger. He's got so much pace. In its own way, that was another good goal.
I mean, what must Forsyth and company be thinking when they're running back? I can't catch this guy. Look at him go.
Yeah, he's like lightning. He's come on. He's a good player.
Brilliant stuff. Well, they've made a change here. I think they've taken off Houtmine and brought on Nathaniel Mendes-Lang, the former Sheffield Wednesday man. I was surprised, actually, that he wasn't in the... Yeah, it looks like Ulf has gone inside now.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday have a chance now. Can they make it 4-1? Saved by the keeper, Masaba again!
Yes!
Following it in, the keeper made the initial save. And peace of mind has been brought to us now by Anthony Masaba.
What a relief. What a relief. And he's done brilliant. And I'm not sure who passed the ball. Was it Charles?
I wasn't actually aware of that, I'll be honest. Masaba, I was thinking, we haven't really seen him since he's come on.
Yeah,
but,
they caught us out of the blue, didn't they? Caught us out of the blue with that one. Yeah, I missed the keeper's done well initially. Can't manage I think the defender slips.
The replay's not great because it's not showing us who that through ball was from.
Yeah, so Masaba, yeah, well done.
I think it was Charles, actually. Charles just lobbed it up and he went first time, saved by the goalkeeper. Big hand, but they couldn't keep it out on the rebound. Was putting the pressure on, but Millwall end up getting it back into a defensive position. Tanganga comes back towards the goalkeeper. Jensen puts it long in the air. Wednesday win the header there with Jan Valery, but it's going to be taken and brought down here by Millwall in midfield. Norrie ran into trouble, and now Wednesday trying to come forward here. A chance to get down the side here with Masaba. Masaba cuts it back into the box. Can Wednesday score? Yes! Of course they can! What a finish that was as well. It's Jan Valery, the defender. He was involved in the build-up earlier on, kept on running into the box, and then with his left foot, he's managed to fire it into the top corner. It's his second goal for Sheffield Wednesday. He scored, of course, against Middlesbrough, that important header to get Wednesday back in the game against Borough, and now he's put the Owls ahead here against Millwall. Great movement down the sides, and we've seen already in the first few 6 or 7 minutes of this game that Wednesday can get some joy down the flanks, and that's exactly what happens. The ball's cut back and Valery finds the finish. It's Wednesday 1, Millwall 0.
Brilliant finish, wasn't it? We've got to say it's great play by Shay Charles there, breaking up the play, playing Masaba down the line, and it's a
great pinging off the posts multiple times. You have a penalty that you don't score. You start thinking that, don't you, at the back of your mind, that maybe we're just going to have the outcome. Yeah, the outcome you just don't expect to have. I mean, we've been very critical of Millwall and how they've offered little, but they're going to come away, if it stays this way, with 3 points, and that's job done as far as they're concerned. That's what the league table will say.
Unbelievable, really. That's football for you. Just looking down here, Jamal Lowe's looking like he's coming on.
Bannon moves it down the line in towards Paul Valentin. Can he cross this into the centre? Windass heads it on. Can we score?
Yes!
Yes, we can! And it's Gabriel Ottosmeo! He's managed to score his first goal in senior football at the back post. The ball was helped on in the centre half. The young substitute has managed to smash it in, and Wednesday are back on level terms. Maybe they can still win this one.
Well done, Gab. Really good play by Valentin down this right side. And what a composed finish for a centre-half, by the way.
It was. Gabriel Otatabayo arriving from that flick on from Windass and just side-footing it past the
Brilliant
goalkeeper.
finish. We have to say, though, that's all from Valentin down the right-hand side.
It's a super cross, isn't it?
Really good play.
So therefore, man down. Wednesday look to take advantage. Shea Charles to deliver the corner. Nodded down inside the box and turned home! A controversial leveller for Sheffield Wednesday. Deep into added on time. Well, Coventry will not be happy about this.
Hekwe will take, and he just works this one short. Here's Barry Bannon. Back again there with Beadle. In towards Lowe, just trying to guide that one away out towards the left-hand side. Wednesday just looking to try and regain it. They need to keep it here. It was a little bit tight there for Johnson and Gassama, but great skills between the pair. They managed to work it away. Johnson just stepping it in towards Windass with some super skill, and it comes in towards Valerie, slides it across! Oh! Jenny Gassama carried on running. He was involved right at the start of that play, and Gassama connects with it inside the area, a few yards out. He just guides the ball in past O'Leary, and Sheffield Wednesday get reward for their good work in the opening 15 minutes. It's Wednesday 1, Bristol City 0.
What an excellent goal, team goal, build-up was brilliant. Starting with Marvin Johnson over on that left-hand side, then Windass plays a superb ball into Valerie. Valerie cuts it back, and Gassama, who's on fire at the moment, slots it away.
Here's Barry Bannon playing it back in towards Michael Hekwe.
Well, they've got the tails up now.
Max Lowe plays it inside.
That's
the
lovely
corner there
ball
by Palmer. Struggled to get it though. Windass doesn't give up on it though. And it's passed away by Palmer. Out towards the right-hand side. Bannon made a run. He'll get it, will he, in the end? No, Windass tried to find him, but just didn't quite get enough pace on the ball as Dishon Bernard challenges. No foul. It's come for Windass. Windass will work it out wide. Bannon stayed there. Goes towards the box. Bannon pushes it inside. A chance for Wednesday to finish it off. Oh! What a superb finish that was. And Sheffield Wednesday and Dishon Bernard took that like a centre forward. He carried on running and he just placed it into the corner. And Wednesday responds. It's almost like they need a setback to get going again.
Yeah.
Bernard. What a finish from Wednesday's former Manchester United centre half. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Bristol City 1.
Absolute quality from Bernard. I mean, it's a good build-up, lovely ball. I think it's from Bannon. Bernard beats one man, picks his spot with his instep, bang.
Must have hit it flush in the middle. Here is Bannon. Bannon's ball.
Good ball.
In towards Smith. Can Smith get there? He's got a little touch on it. It's got in.
Oh,
Michael
it does.
Smith has scored.
Get in there.
Beautiful little deft touch from Michael Smith, the substitute. The glancing touch from the striker was inch perfect. And it's gone past Paul Nardi, and Sheffield Wednesday lead in London. QPR 0, Wednesday 1.
You've got to love Sheffield Wednesday. You've got to love him. The manager stuck Smith on. It's a perfect substitution. What a ball in from Bannon. I didn't know whether it had gone in. It seemed to hit the post, and I didn't know if it was just trundling across the line or whatever. But it was well over the line. I think the crowd behind the goal. I didn't think the Wednesday supporters realised. Everyone were all waiting, and Well, after a couple of seconds, great little touch from Smith.
Wonderful header, and it took its merry time crossing the line to that football, but it did get there in the end.
Get to 87.5, so that would mean there's 7.5 minutes left.
I think Otigbeyo is going to come on in a minute to put another body at the back. Up towards Smith, the goal scorer. Comes off a QPR play. Smith neatly inside to Charles. It's opened up for Wednesday.
What a ball, what a ball!
Over to Patterson. Patterson can finish it. Callum Patterson finished it!
Oh!
What a finish from the Scot!
That is amazing!
Back in the team today. It is brilliant from Callum Patterson. And that will seal the win in London for Wednesday. It is brilliant from him. And it's QPR 0, Wednesday 2.
I have to say, when that ball went to him and he came back on his left foot, I thought, he's made the wrong decision. Why didn't he put it onto his right foot? But he was clinical. What a fantastic finish from him. Really deserves it.
What a goal, John. Once he's put inside there and just bought himself that yard of space, he just stuck it in that bottom corner with aplomb.
We're playing the second best team in the division over last certain number of games, and we've more than matched them. I think the best team has been, I can't remember how many games it was, 15 or 16. Leeds United were the best team.
Four and a half of additional time to go as Wednesday trail West Bromwich Albion by 1-0. Valentin beaten to the ball by Hagan, but his clearance goes straight down the middle here to Marvin Johnson. Wednesday with a bit of late pressure.
Nice
Johnson
ball
into the area for Ingleson across the middle. Callum Patterson!
Gets in there!
Callum Patterson, super sub off the bench. He had it blocked on the line. He kept his cool. He has turned it home. And there are remarkable scenes in the away end, away to our right-hand side. Sheffield Wednesday have kept knocking on the door at the end of the game. And eventually, Callum Patterson, for the second away game in a row, has found the back of the net. And Sheffield Wednesday look like they've come away from the Hawthorns with a crucial point in the
Bristol City 1, Stoke 0. Burnley, who face Wednesday a week on Friday, lead Hull by 2-0, and Blackburn have taken the lead against West Bromwich Albion. Here, Fulton has it for Swansea, middle of his own half. Been here a long time, signed in 2014, Jay Fulton, and Darling's passed it out from the back and given it straight to Josh Windass. He goes to the edge of the box. Smith! Wednesday take the lead in South Wales. Michael Smith racing onto the ball, didn't miss his beat, didn't miss his step, and first time hits the shot that swept in past Lawrence Vigouroux. The substitution has worked and the Owls lead. It's Swansea 0, Wednesday 1.
Yeah, great finish and great work from Josh Windass. We've spoken a number of times in this game already about his runs from deep. He was put on the end of that one. Good cross in, straight into Michael Smith's instep. And how many times has Michael Smith scored from the bench this season? There's been so much talk, isn't there, about whether he should start more. I think there's a great argument, you know, for him coming on when the games are just a little bit more stretched. His skill set, I'm sure he won't be delighted with his numbers and how much he's contributed to the season, that he's not starting more games. But when something's working, when he's coming off the bench so much and scoring, that impact's there to be made. Great work from Wednesday, lovely, incisive, and they really punished Harry Dowling there.
So Sheffield Wednesday make
not creating the same number of chances that we were in the first half at the moment.
Armstrong, can he change that as he goes forward? He moves it away out towards the left hand side. Johnson goes early, but that's too much on it. He's overcooked that. He's not gone out of play though, and Windass tries to put pressure on De Silva, and he forced a mistake because the clearance has gone straight towards Charles, who tries to pass it. He gets a second bite of the cherry. It goes back for Bannon. Bannon moves it away now for Johnson. Johnson crosses it. Johnson goes in! I honestly don't know who scores it. An own goal is probably the likely outcome. The ball just pinged around. The goalkeeper pushed it out and it went back in, and Sheffield Wednesday have scored. It's Wednesday 1, Coventry City 1.
Well, I mean, Coventry have been hanging on for a long, long time. And we get a fluke. To be fair, it's a great strike. Is it hit the post? Has the goalie saved it? Has he pushed it out? I think it's hit one of their players running back to.
With Sunderland stretched here, Svante Ingolson clips the ball in, and it is in! Wednesday hit back right at the start of the second half. Callum Paterson perfectly placed, and Sunderland have been hit.
Well, we told you there'd be goals in the second half, didn't we? What a start for Wednesday. But Sunderland will be so disappointed. The way they give the ball away. And it's just whether Sheffield Wednesday can capitalise, and they do. It didn't actually look the greatest of crosses from Ingolson, but it was just the right one as Patterson nods it home. But they have a throw in their own half. The ball goes back. Mepham, who tries to play his way out, they lose it. Your centre-half's out of the game. He just dinks that ball up, and defensively, Sunderland just seem to stop. You know, 9 really has to get round on the cover, leave Windass, try and get close to Patterson, because that's where the danger is, but it's such a clever little dink. Takes Dan Neil out of the game. He's had to step into a centre-half position because Mepham's gone. Really clever little finish, but Sunderland will be so disappointed. From their own throw-in, they concede an equaliser.
For a start, he's not played for such a long time. And we know his history with his body and that sort of thing, but that's what you get from him. I like him at right-back. He's played the majority of his football over the last few years at centre-half, but he's got the attributes there.
Kept in here by Ingolson, gets his cross in. Still going Ingolson. Now he lifts it into the box. Gassama's there! And he scores for Sheffield Wednesday! Great work from Svante Ingolson to keep it in. His ball into the box. And Jeddy Gassama was there for a tap-in. It's Plymouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Yeah, cracking goal. Good work again from Svante Ingolson. He's been in and out of the squad, hasn't he? Or certainly the line-up throughout the season. But picking up that ball in that little quadrant on the left-hand side, he's such a threat. Big, powerful unit. Miscontrolled, didn't he? But managed to get it back down. And Jeddy Gassama, those are the sort of runs that I think he was lacking. He was a little bit meek and mild in last season. You'd understand that. Young lad coming to a new country. But that driving run, that hunger to get in there. And he's made the most of a little bit of lacklustre Plymouth defending, but 1-0 Wednesday.
The box, but it's taken on by JB. JB drops his shoulder, wins it, loses it, tries to win it back, and here's Shea Charles glancing to the corner of the penalty area, trying to slip it in behind towards Gassama. No way through, but Wednesday can stay on the front foot here. Bannon slips the short pass to the near side. Ingolson, Charles is in there making a nuisance of himself, and the ball goes out of play for a throw into Sheffield Wednesday.
Worth saying on Bannon, look, he's had halves of football where he's been spraying passes around and beating men and really controlling things. It's a different type of performance, but he's always been there. He's sort of been a little wasp in those tight areas, sort of breaking things up and making little passes. It's been a leader's performance, I'd suggest.
Yeah, so much so. Here on Football Heaven on BBC Radio Sheffield, Ingolson centres the ball. Patterson! Patterson looked in the mood. Patterson has now scored a right-footed finish. An excellent cross from the left-hand side. And there was the Scot at close range as Sheffield Wednesday take a commanding 2-0 lead here at Plymouth.
And how impressive they've been. We've seen the ebbs and flows of the game. Plymouth have fought their way back into it in stages, and they've managed to grab back control, and great desire again from Callum Paterson. We've spoken already about his mood, albeit we're judging that from 80 yards away, but he's played with a bit of snarl and a sense of anger about him. Just got in there. It's fine work again down that left-hand side. Wednesday have been particularly strong in there, and a good finish from Callum Paterson.
His fifth goal in 10 games. Great stuff here from Sheffield Wednesday down at...
He will go back to Beadle. Beadle's slightly mishit this one, and it hangs in the air. It bounces down. A Plymouth player will head it on as far as Hatsuse, who's over on this right-hand side at the moment, having taken the corner. Still inside Wednesday's half, headed on towards Paul Valentin. Valentin tries to wriggle away from a couple of tackles here, goes down. Ref says no foul on this occasion. kicked forward by Plymouth, but it's awful. Just kicked straight at Dominic Iorfa. Iorfa looks up, pinged in towards Gassama. Now Windass in midfield. Windass will run forward. Smith's making a run. So is Gassama. Slipped through to Gassama. It's Jenny Gassama! It's 3-0 for Sheffield Wednesday. Work through. Gassama slides to his knees in front of the corner flag. Runs over to that away end and receives the applause and the adulation from the Sheffield Wednesday fans. This has been a spanking here in Devon. It is Plymouth 0, Sheffield Wednesday 3.
What a fabulous finish, what a fabulous goal from Sheffield Wednesday. A very cool celebration from JD Gassama, just sitting himself on the advertising hoarders there in front of the away end. There's going to be some picture out of that one, but what a finish. We've spoken a lot to Danny Rohl about the improvements that JD Gassama's made throughout this season, and one of them's the strength. He rode the challenge there, smashed it past Conor Hazard. And what a ball, by the way, from Josh Windass. This has been another quiet performance from Josh Windass by his standards. Fantastic little ball through. That's the quality that he's got.
There's Bannon, high towards the back post, and Ihekwe wins it, and it goes in. Well, it bounced down, and it seemed to cross the line almost in slow motion. But the game is wide open again. Michael Ihekwe, the scorer.
Yeah, we mentioned about set pieces being a way back in for Sheffield Wednesday, and they've got the first touch on a lot of set pieces, on throw-ins, on corners, and again here, Michael Ihekwe, there's no one near him, and it seems to just trickle in. I don't know whether we're playing.
Two-man wall. Barry Bannett floats it towards the back post, and a header across. And still there's danger, and Smith puts a boot through it, and Gassama puts it across again, and a chance for Chalobah. It's a scramble in the middle, and then Windass has cracked it home. And Wednesday have done it again against Norwich. They've come from 2 goals down, and Josh Windass is the latest player to end his goal drought.
A decent ball in from Barry Bann to start with, and they just kept the ball alive. They kept getting on the end of things, they kept getting opportunities. Norwich kept getting blocks, and in the end it fell to Josh Windass here with the bit of quality, just puts his foot through it, keeps it low, and the goalkeeper Reyes there, he's got no chance to keep that out. But you know, this has been coming again. The momentum's been with Sheffield Wednesday at the start of the second half, and you know, they thoroughly deserve their second goal there.
Onside here, Josh Windass, scorer of the equaliser. Can he put his side in front? It's Gassama. They've turned it around.
Wow.
Wonderful play by Sheffield Wednesday. They didn't sit after getting the equalising goal. They went looking for another, and Windass broke the line. His cross was fierce, and Gassama's touch took it into the back of the net.
You know, Josh Windass is you know, coming to this game so much in the second half. We mentioned about how quiet he was in the first half, and a simple ball over the top. Josh Windass here and wants to take on Cordoba, and Gassama just gets into a great area, into that 6-yard box where anything that comes across, he's got to tap in, and the defenders there just don't go in with him, and it's a great ball across from Windass there, and he's got a simple tap in, and the second half here, Danny Rohl is going to be so happy with the way that he's, you know, come out in the second half, his team, and completely turned this around, and now it's all on Norwich to do something different and try and get back into the game.
Rolled over NG. As he did so, he did land on his opponent, but the ball came off the Liverpudlian, and out of play it goes, as I say, for a Wednesday corner. The likes of Patterson and Ihekwe lurking at the back of the 18-yard box. Bannon will float in the corner. In come the arrivers, and the header is sent goal-bound. A powerful bullet header from Michael Ihekwe. What a brilliantly choreographed corner as Wednesday are back on terms. Ihekwe gets his second of the season. Barry Bannon, the provider, with a big fist pump in front of the travelling Sheffield Wednesday fans. 61 gone. It's 1-1 here in South Wales. So can Sheffield Wednesday go on from here to get 3 points? Lovely corner routine. 3 or 4 lurking at the back of the 18-yard box. Ihekwe was one of them. He wasn't the only one. Callum Patterson was there too. As they manoeuvred towards the edge of the 6-yard box, Bannon floated in a lovely corner.
seem too sure about his own throwing abilities. Just drops it short in towards Hackney. Hackney finds Otabayo again, up towards Patterson. Don't think it quite goes where he wanted it. Ingleson will come away with it though. Ingleson tries to cut it back into the box. Patterson was there. Wednesday with Valerie, looking to move it forward. Valerie plays it out wide. And now crossed in by Patterson. Up we get against the post. That was Smith. Comes back from Masaba. Now it's gone into the area. Yes! And Windass slides it home. And Wednesday are back on level terms. Well, it was flashing around the box. Smith hit the woodwork to start with. It came back out. Ingleson was involved. Eventually it came through towards Josh Windass, and from a few yards out he taps it home, and Wednesday are back on level terms. It's one apiece here at Hillsborough.
I think we've deserved that, to be fair. I mean, Smith's so unlucky. He gets up originally and he hits the post with his header, but we stay calm and rebuild it.
Passes it forward and sees Jan Valerie. Armstrong combining with Barry Bannon. Now here's Liam Palmer. Palmer slides it away. In towards Marvin Johnson. Armstrong puts it through. Masaba switches direction.
Great ball.
Comes towards Patterson. Patterson into the area. Go on, put it away. It's a bit of a scramble. Go on. Yes! I don't know who scores it. Probably Masaba. It could have been an own goal, but it just goes in off the legs of Anthony Masaba. And Sheffield Wednesday have turned this game on its head. Easter Monday has been pretty exciting. Wednesday are 2-1 up against Borough.
That's the worst goal description I've ever heard. But yeah,
thanks.
Exciting, yeah. Well, I'm glad for Masaba. It's not been his best ever game, but in the end he's got the tap in. Like you said, it's hard. I don't know what happened. Can't really see it on the big.
There's almost like too many players there, isn't there, on the line?
Can we see again? Oh yes, that might have just been cannoned in off him. It's two. We've got two. We might win at home.
I think he does get the final touch, but there is almost like too many Middlesbrough players standing in the same space, getting in the way of one another.
High line, forcing Wednesday to position themselves outside of the penalty area. Charles has crossed in towards Patterson. It's a good move, headed back across goal. It's in! It's Josh Windass! He gets the record, his 53rd goal for Sheffield Wednesday. He goes clear of Marcus Tudgay as Wednesday's leading goal scorer since the turn of the century, and he is delighted with that. He punches the air, jogs back to halfway, salutes the away end. It is Josh Windass's goal, the goal that he wanted. He runs over to celebrate with Danny Rohl, and it is Watford 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Well, really well worked goal, set piece specialist, and really pleased for Josh Windass. You know, he's got what he wanted. You could see his delight. Probably one of the easiest goals he's got, but well done to him.
Well, he'll be delighted with that, John, in particular because of the chance he had earlier.
Yes.
Now we can forget
that one. Yeah, it never happened.
Because he has got his goal. And of the 53 that he scored, it is one of the easier ones, but he will not care.
They all count.